Hello wonderful people, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Diana and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, karibu sana sana, and please consider subscribing, and if you're an OG, thank you so much for coming back. So today I have another guest. This is Ted's sister. Hi. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Tracy, or you can call me Lynn or Amojong, like my Instagram handle. I'm happy to be here to celebrate and support D as we try and figure out what type of video we're going to have for you guys today.
So, today we want to just share things we would tell our younger selves. So, I'm in my late 20s. She's in her mid 20s, so we are trying to talk to people who maybe 19, 20, 21, and we are also learning. So a lot of things that we are going to talk about are things that we are also still learning, and things that I'm still going through, and things that anyone who is not even younger than us can benefit from. So we are going to do this while doing just a soft glam. I must say that's the look you're going for.
Yeah.
Kawaida, no makeup look. So I think I'm going to just go straight and start. So my first point is, you need to build a relationship with God. Read your Bible, your Quran, or whatever book you subscribe to, but make sure you spend time with God. Guys, this is very, very important. And if there is anything you're going to take from this conversation, at least just take that. Build a relationship with God. It does not matter how old you are. Like, I'm 17, I'm no. You really need to have a relationship with God. Take your time and intentionally be intentional about it, because life is crazy. Life happens. If you don't give it time, the way you make time to to do your skincare, the way you make time to meet your friends, you also need to make time to spend time for God, because it's a relationship. The way you give your friends or your partner time for the relationship, you also need to cultivate time for a relationship with God. And you need to be very intentional about it, and it might not be so easy. Like, I personally have alarms on my phone that remind me to pray 4 times or 5 times a day. So that's how intentional I am about my relationship with God. So if you can do that, please do that. And I was listening to another sermon yesterday, and this a lady that I was listening to was saying, pia si kila kitu ambayo unapitia you have to share it with someone. Some things that you are going through, it's only between you and your God, because I might be going through something that is really breaking my heart, and then I come and share it with you, and then you just tunaomboleza pamoja sasa. Like, it's now tusaidia, and it's like, oh my God, what are you going to do? It's going to be no. Sometimes you don't need that. Sometimes you just need to talk to your God, and whatever you're praying for, it'll come through. Wewe mwenyewe ndo unajua, Mungu peke yake ndo atakusaidia. So please build that relationship. Very, very important.
True. Yeah, actually my first point was also about trusting in God's timing. Especially when you're young, like, you get to a point where you want to get to go through things faster, or to experience things earlier, because of even social media right now is giving us a lot of like stress about where we are supposed to be in life. But trusting God's timing is important, because things will never work. Like, you might think that something is irrelevant in your life right now, but when you come and look at it 10 or 5 years later, you're like, that had to happen. It had to happen for me to be where I am right now. So even your mistakes, even the things that probably you went at the wrong way, or you're not sure of where you're going, just trust in God's timing. It will help you to build your patience. It will help build your character, and also trusting in God. It's a form of worship.
Yeah, it is,
because you can't do it on your own. So surrendering to that belief that God has it worked out, even if you don't know what's happening now. Having faith in it. It will help you to get through your days better.
I think that our first points are
always about God.
Always about God, because without God, what are you doing?
Nothing.
How are you surviving? Me watu ambao wanasema hakuna Mungu, but I cannot.
I try feel bad for them.
Yeah, I try to understand a lot of things, but when you, I can't. Anyway, my second point was, don't compare. Comparison is the thief of joy, and success means different to different people. So do not compare, because kwanza sahi era ya social media, oh my goodness, you will compare and kill yourself. Someone is in Paris,
but you don't know what they did to
go to Paris. Where would you talk Nairobi? Someone is in Dubai, you're stuck in Kirinyaga. First of all, enjoy your process of success, because if you're working hard, whatever you're praying for, whatever you're working hard for is going to come. But the timing between you and your friend, between you and your cousin, between you and your neighbor is very different. So if you try compare right now, you're not even enjoying the moment, because whatever steps that you're taking is a process that will lead to success later. So don't try and not compare. It's not so easy, but just try and not compare, because I always say someone else consider ako successful if they own 5 cars, consider ako successful if they traveled to 50 countries, but your success is you paying rent for your mom. Is you paying school fees for your younger cousins or your younger brothers. So those are 2 different people and 2 different lives. So if you try and compare, it doesn't work. Enjoy your process, enjoy where you're at, and just understand that life is very different for different people, and you don't also know what this person is going through. Especially through social media. What one nobody is posting their low moments. Everyone is posting their highs. So you don't know you just don't know what anyone is going through.
True. I also had that point on comparison, and for me, I was thinking like, you can be comparing yourself to someone or where someone is or their dreams, because right now I'm seeing the trend of people now want to be like someone else. Like, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were like, you shouldn't want to be like, you shouldn't have like, okay, it's good to have a role model, but you shouldn't want to be exactly like that person, because they're already original. So being like them is like being a fake version of them, instead of being a real version of yourself. So comparison actually takes away the part of self-awareness, where you're supposed to figure yourself out and know the things that you like, know the things that you don't like, know the things that work for you, the things that don't work for you. You know, like my style can be very colorful and yours is dark toned. And if you start copying mine, you won't look like me.
Exactly.
And when I start copying yours, I won't make it work the way you do. So just be self-aware enough to want to be yourself in every situation, more than anything.
You can find motivation from someone else, but does not necessarily mean doing exactly what they're doing or copying them. Be your authentic self, which, now that I've mentioned be your authentic self, that was one of my points. I say be your authentic self, be with a partner, or surround yourself with people who allow you to be yourself. Because life already is very hard. You don't want to be with someone who pretend you're not, and you're not the person that you are. I mean, you just become you forget yourself, you forget who you are. So please be with someone who accepts you for who you are. You don't need to change for no one. There is a group of friends, there is a partner out there who can accommodate your character. And because be your authentic self. It's not if you have a bad character. I normally do not support to say this is just mean like, you know, a rude person, and then they say that's just who I am. You're entertaining a friend who is not doesn't have the best of characters or virtues, and then you're like, but that is just who they are. No,
everyone has room for
change. Exactly. If it's something that is negative, a lot of people are pointing out on you, that is not being your authentic self. You need to change it. That's not a good character. So us saying be your authentic self doesn't mean ati hizo matabia mbaya zenye uko nazo utakuwa tu ati mimi nakuanga tu hivyo. Hapana, hakuna cha mimi nakuanga tu hivyo. Kuna vitu yenye I'm just like that. Like if you're a loud person, you're just a loud person.
Yeah, but you know how to.
You know also, exactly. You can be very loud kwa burial or whatever. So some personalities is just your personality, but there are some things that you need to change. So just be around people who allow you to be your authentic self, and especially if you are in a relationship or want to see someone, it's very important to also be with someone who allows you to be yourself, because your relationship is something that really builds who you are. Because this is someone mnaongea sana, mnaonana sana, they really build you and who you are. So if it's someone who does not allow you to be yourself,
that's not the right person.
That's no, sis. Get out. Leave.
My second point is it's never that serious.
Relax.
Don't take life too personally. Like, give yourself time to breathe. Give yourself time to not know what is happening,
That's very true.
because we're always trying to look for a solution to the problem, and maybe it's not even a problem. Maybe you're in that point in your life, probably you are unemployed, and you're like, if I don't have a job, I'm not going to make it. But we've seen, even with like the growth of social media, people are gaining more, like career-wise, by just doing things on their own. Probably you do YouTube, someone else is an Instagram model, someone else is doing coding. So don't take life too seriously until you have to be in a certain position like at a certain time. Give yourself time to grow. Because I think growth is the one thing that never ends. Actually.
It never ends. And it can be slow. It can be slow, imagine, because your timing is not God's timing.
It's not.
So when it's on a hair, my God, it's been 3 years. I still have 10 views on YouTube.
I know.
It's been 3 years. My business is still, growth can be very slow, but you have to be very patient and persistent. My third point is, and this might be a bit hard to swallow, but you may not end up with the person that you're dating now, so don't drop your life for them, especially if you're 19 and if you're 20. There are definitely a couple of people who have gotten married, if that's your goal. Not everybody is in a relationship to be married, or not everyone wants to eventually end up married. So if that's your goal and you are dating this person, especially if you're 19 or 20, and as I said, not every relationship that started quite very young has ended. Some people have eventually gotten married, but also are not a very high number. Tukicompare, wale ambaye wameachana ni wengi kushinda wale ambaye wali end up together. So if we are working with this probability, please, what I'm just trying to say is, you might not end up with this person. Enjoy the moment you guys are having now, because it's good to build relationships. If hata mkikosana mtu doesn't mean that you guys are now enemies. You can still, later you don't know what this person will be doing in life, or what you'll be doing, or if you'll need each other, or if you'll help each other. But what I'm saying is, just don't drop everything for this person just because you don't want to go to this university now, because your boyfriend is not going to this university. You have an opportunity to go abroad, but you don't want to take it because your boyfriend is in Kenya, or your girlfriend is in Kenya. What? You want, people actually make such decisions.
Seriously?
friend. So don't drop your life, or don't now your family wants to go on holiday, but you want to stay in Roysambu with this. No. Tumekata. So don't do that. Imagine, live your life, be happy with this person. You never know where it might end, but just know the mbele kuna maisha.
Don't be codependent.
Don't be codependent. Be yourself and still enjoy life yourself without having
also,
to.
like in relationships, people who have already established themselves have better relationships with each other.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Instead of one is lost and someone else has found their path. I think there's usually a struggle there.
I think that was my third point, and then so yours.
My third point is, focus on your goals, but be flexible with your journey. From personal experience, like I've learned that even when you graduate, I think for a lot of graduates this is very true. What you have studied for is not exactly what you will work with.
All right.
Especially on your first years, in your 20s, your 30s. So it can be quite discouraging if this is something that you are really passionate about. So I'm thinking, like, probably instead of giving up on your dreams in that situation, it's better to you can find something different to do, like in your free time. You can focus on the things that you actually are passionate about. Like the dream is free, but the hustle is sold separately.
Exactly.
You definitely have to work hard for what you want in life. So being flexible with your goals is not giving up. I know that there are a lot of quotes out there that are like, you should quit your job to follow your dreams. But in times like this, quitting your job might not be the best. It might not be the best thing to do. So I think you should just figure out how to spend time with doing what you love, at the same time spending time with finding different ways of gaining income to support your dream.
That's very true. So number 4, I said being happy doesn't necessarily mean being in a relationship. Finding happiness and joy within yourself is your job. So I think that just speaks for itself, because me nimesema hivi because paka sahi I get that say I post on social media something like maybe a sad quote. Someone would immediately think I'm going through something in my relationship, that's why I'm posting that. First of all, I could be posting that just because I understand this quote. Oh my god, maybe I've once been there, it's relatable, that's why I post. Or maybe I'm sad just because I want money. It doesn't always have to be, maybe I'm just broke. It doesn't always have to be because I'm having issues with a relationship, that's why I'm sad. No. So okay, hapo nimeenda out of topic kidogo, but what I'm saying is finding happiness within yourself. If you're not happy yourself, don't go in a relationship expecting that person to make you happy, because that's just a baggage. You're giving this person a responsibility that's not theirs. So if you go to this person happy and this person meets you happy, then you're all going to be happy. So just work on yourself and do not expect that. Say, when you're or you're single somewhere and you're like, I can't wait to be in a relationship to be happy. It doesn't work like that. You have to be happy yourself. Find joy within yourself. Do things that make you happy, so that hata ukienda kwa huyu mtu mwingine unajua, this is what makes me happy, this is what makes me sad. Work on your inside joy and don't expect anyone to give you happiness, because the world owes you nothing.
I think for that point also, for me, the verse that worked with me was, it says, a Bible verse. Yeah, it's a Bible verse. It says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. And the way this verse spoke to me is, you cannot give what you do not have.
Oh yeah, that's very true.
We are always like, love your neighbor, okay, love your neighbor, but we forget that as you love yourself part a lot. We forget that God is reminding us, in order to be able to give love, we have to have love on our own. True. Yeah. So you can't be expecting happiness from other people if you don't have it on your own. So find that peace and make peace with being with yourself, enjoying your single life just as much as you would enjoy your relationship life. Yeah. And things will always work out. Eventually,
they always do. So my number 5, I say create boundaries for your own sake. So just create boundaries for your own sake, because don't entertain things just because unaogopa kusema ama if I say this thing itamuumiza this person, because you're doing this so that you don't hurt someone else, but you're hurting yourself. Which is not okay. So whatever boundaries, whatever things that you think mtu akifanya they're making me feel bad, ama they're crossing a boundary, whether it's friendship, whether it's friendship, whether it's family, communicate, because what I've come to learn is that utajiekea, and then when they explode, when ikilipuka, it will be so bad, you will look like a mad woman, you will look crazy, because it's just a lot of things inside you. So whenever you need to communicate your boundaries, please communicate your boundaries, and this is very important. Sit down hata wewe ujue, what are my boundaries. And mtu mwingine pia akikwambia, you coming to my house at 8 a.m. is not okay for me, I feel like you should maybe come at 11. That is, they are communicating the boundary. And do not usichukulie vibaya. Imagine not everything is personal. Someone is just telling you what is working for them, and you're just communicating what is working for you. So if you communicate a boundary and someone takes it negatively, ama does not understand, then imagine it's not your problem. They will eventually understand. Stick to it and say, Mimi, I don't like it when you enter my room without knocking. That's just, that is just what you don't like. And vitu zingine watu ni vitu ndogo ndogo. So communicate these things that make you feel uncomfortable with people who are around you, so that you are just happier. As I said earlier, life is already in itself very hard. So you want to make it easier for yourself. So if there are things that you can say to allow your life to be easier, please say them. Don't be sad out here. Don't allow people to make you sad. If it's just something that ungesema, by the way. Yeah.
Also, in communication, I think it's very important to communicate in all relationships in your life,
Oh,
be it
yeah.
with your family, friends, even at
everyone.
work. Because if you don't communicate, how do you expect that other person to know how you feel?
They won't.
Like,
They're not angels.
yeah, no one knows
No one
exactly what you're
knows.
going through. So,
Kwanza sisi mademu don't communicate. Tuna expect mtu akuwe angel.
eh,
You imagine not you now have come to
hawajui.
learn. You have to tell them, I want you to do this for me. I don't want you to do this for me.
And
Bas.
communication is not just talking, it's also listening.
That's
You also
very
have to be able to give someone like the benefit of doubt, or
Yeah.
to listen to their opinion on a situation, instead of when someone is talking to you, you're always feeling attacked. Ni kama wanakuingilia. And
Yeah.
that your friend is just worried like, yo,
Text them
what
to
you're doing
listen
right
and
now is not cool.
Text them to listen and you need their perspective.
Yeah.
And then that's very true. So guys, I've not been mentioning the things that we are using, so let me just we are both using the illegal proper primer. You can see mine.
Yeah.
Mine is because I am a makeup girl. She doesn't do her makeup a lot, so hers is still. And these primers are available at Makeover Palace for 650 shillings, and they are very good. This is actually, does it work well with your oily skin?
It works the best.
Yeah, it works very well with oily skin because it's a silky primer. So primer kama uko na oily skin, primer ambaye iko silicone based is what is good for you, and if you have a dry skin, a primer that is water based, it's good for you. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption, but while editing this video I realized it's too long. We talked for about 50 minutes, so I decided to upload it into two parts, part 1 and part 2. So I'm sorry that part 1 is ending very abruptly, but this is part 1, and part 2 will go live tomorrow. So I'll upload part 2 tomorrow. So thank you for watching this far, and please subscribe if you haven't. Bye, see you tomorrow, same time.